5 things I did not do as I was healing in my first 3 months postpartum. For meeting for the first time, my name is Meg. I'm a pre and postnatal fitness specialist, and I am postpartum with my second baby. So number 1 was walking before 2 weeks postpartum. Now I know this is probably a little controversial because you do hear get up, get moving after you've had a baby, especially after having a C-section, but getting up and moving and walking does not mean go outside and walk 2 miles, okay? It means getting up, moving around your house, not just like sitting and being sedentary for days on end. Here's why you don't want to get up and start walking and doing long distance things right away. Your pelvic floor muscles and tissues are so compromised, they are so weak, and if you are walking and putting that type of impact on your pelvic floor, it is not going to help you in the long run. You got to give them some time to heal. Number 2 kind of goes hand in hand with that, but not doing any sort of running or impact exercises before 12 weeks postpartum. And that is like the bare minimum. So if you do nothing else, at least wait until you are 12 weeks postpartum before you start doing those things. But really, you should be focusing on healing your core and pelvic floor and strengthening those before you start doing high impact or running. Again, save your pelvic floor. Number 3 is Kegels. This is also something you hear a lot, especially it is targeted towards postpartum moms, like do your Kegels, do your Kegels. But the majority of people have actually a tight and overactive pelvic floor, so just blindly doing Kegels can make your symptoms worse. You really want to start out with doing some 360 breathing, finding some lengthening in those pelvic floor muscles, allowing them to kind of just like chill out before you work on strengthening them. Number 4 is any sort of dieting or restricting calories. In those first few months postpartum, your body is really nutrient depleted. I am not a nutritionist, but I work very closely with my friend Caitlin, who's a pre and postnatal nutritionist, and she is always talking about how those first few months, we really need to focus on replenishing nutrients, vitamin stores to the body. And if you're someone who is lactating, if you're breastfeeding, you should not be cutting calories. And number 5 is returning to your pre-pregnancy workouts when you're cleared at 6 weeks postpartum. I am always saying this, but 6-week clearance does not mean go back to your regular workouts. What this means is your body is healed enough, your uterus is mostly back to normal. It doesn't mean that your body, your tissues, your muscles are ready for regular exercise. And just because you feel like you can do it doesn't mean that you should. As cliche as it is, slow and steady wins the race. You need to go back to basics, learn how to reconnect to your core and pelvic floor, strengthen them, progressive overload, and then you can get back to doing the things that you were doing before.